Hey everyone, this is Ashlyn, coming at you with another Talishar gameplay video. Today I'm going to be testing out some new cool 5 stuff that, in preparations for the high seas, there's going to be a lot of graveyard disruption. That blue D-React scares the hell out of me. So I'm trying to figure out what the kind of deck looks like as a natural response as a way to deal with it. So I've been testing Flame Call Awakening in Mainboard, which is an extra 1 cost, which is a bit spooky, but it usually comes in for 1 for 4, 1 for 5, sometimes with Shuko, and can be a good way to push offensive value in the aggro mirrors, but it can be a little bit inconsistent. You can draw the Phoenix Flame first, you can not draw it at all in the matches where you really need it, so it's a good card when it lines up right, but when it doesn't line up, it's pretty bad. And so I added back in E-Strikes to the deck because I think it's really good with Flame Call. You can do a lot of really crazy above rate stuff depending on the order in which you draw things. So I'm pretty happy with E-Strike. It's kind of the sort of build I was running pre-Hunted in Rosetta meta. I ran E-Strikes and Flame Call Mainboard just because I felt their inherent synergy with each other was very powerful. We go down on the Mounting Angers so that we don't have too many 1 costs. We go down on Oath because of its anti-synergy with Enlighten Strike. And then that extra sideboard slot slash room allowed me to put in an extra tenacity in the sideboard and 2 Command and Conquers. So I can do that against Azalea and Riptide and also have 4 poppers against Prism, which is quite nice. But that's all the changes I got shown. And so I'm going to hop right into some gameplay. All right. It's Florian time. It's an Earth hero. We don't run AB into Florian because it's just a pure race. If you have to start ABing, you're going to be losing. We sub in the aggressive package, sub out our Salta wounds for tenacities, and we say go. So they're going to go first, which is, a completely reasonable decision. I think that's probably what you want to do in this matchup. Just because I will sometimes just Arsenal pass and not really let you have what you want. I can AB to the Scepter of Pain, though, which kind of sucks. But it's whatever. Sigil Solace, Scepter of Pain. Gonna end the turn. Do we activate Phi? Here is the question. And I think the answer is no. I think we... Yeah. We might have wanted to activate Phi, but probably only once. There's an argument where we just Flame Call here. Do something else with our lives. We Flame Call definitely here. Grabbing the extra Phoenix Flame. So we can hopefully take advantage of it. And this matchup is quite simple in what you're trying to do. All you want to do, it doesn't matter what Florian. They could be good Florian, which is this, or evil Florian, which is normal Florian. Either one, it doesn't really matter. You never Arsenal, and you just dump your entire hand every turn, and you try to win off that. That's your only goal. So a really effective way to, sort of route around this. There's a lot of different things you can do. Are they going to take the damage here? Okay, they do. So that changed up my strategy. Now I'm going to go Ignite. We're going to see what that might do to us. Okay, Haunting Rendition. This is not a card that's blocking, but it will prevent 2. So I'm going to opt to Ember Blade here because they're not really showing like I want to use Tenacity here. And then we're gonna be able to grab this Phoenix Flame. They Root Bound. Okay, this is their first Decompose, which is good for them. An early Decompose is nice. They have 5 rune chance stacking. So far, we haven't been really able to push through, but that's kind of expected. Right now, the plan is we're going to plop a Prowess of Agility. I might get hit with a Felling or a Plow Under, but if it's a Plow Under or CNC, I'm completely avoiding that. Arcane Seeds, Life. Okay. They're not decomposed, so it's not really an efficient attack. All right, so this is kind of the go turn in many different respects. I think there's a chance we want to play Tenacity. There's actually a really good chance we want to play Tenacity because we have the ability to grab a fealty to make it. So I think we just go for a lot of offensive overlap. Let's go Spreading Flames here. They can definitely just send Face Purgatory to try to really get around this, but I don't think they will. Looming Dune, interesting. I don't play against too many Scepter of Pain Florians, but here we go. We're definitely going to use Prowess of Agility for offensive overlap. And then they're probably going to commit a lot of blocks, expecting this to be, you know, kind of the pop-off turn, when I can really kind of conceal that by just saying, no, I don't really care it to be. Yep. Okay. They're leaking damage, which is what our goal is in this matchup. You know, if they're willing to absolutely do this, yep, okay. They commit on the shelter. We are devaluing blocks here. It's pretty clearly a activate Phoenix Flame into Prowess, because if we draw blue here, if we draw any card in our deck, it's pretty much good. Except maybe that. That can be kind of the one exception. Now, what do we do here? The Tenacity is the same value as the Lava Burst here. They're both equivalent, but one requires a fealty, one does not. Oh, wait, no, I'm really dumb. Sorry about that. I obviously just pitched Tenacity here, and then a Lava Burst. Reduce to Rune Chant. They are advancing their game plan while blocking, but I am leaking damage through. They're not doing their above rate disruptive things. They've only decomposed. They've only decomposed a little bit. Interesting situation we have. You never want to Arsenal, but we're also given, you know, not the most favorable spot. I think we pitch Rake here. Or Lava Burst. I think there is an argument for Lava Burst. But I think Rake gets us not a lot of value here. And we wouldn't be able to play at this point. So I think I pitch Rake to allow us to have good offensive output. And then, yeah. And then we come in with a Lava Burst. So we're doing above rate efficient stuff. So we have a life lead, theoretically. So we're up 12 life to our opponent. But they have more equipment block than me, and they have 8 Rune Chants. But we also have Massive Pouncing Links. So I still think we're quite ahead. They get rid of Felling. Probably communicates that they have another Felling or Plow Under. But I assume they notice that I'm not arseling, so they would keep the Felling in hand. We do this. There's definitely an argument for keeping the Rake around and playing it. And then go for this, but, you know, even though we could get 6 value out of this later, it's so easy to lose these cards to, you know, CNCs and all that shenanigans. Okay, pretty good hand. I can block shit, but they're not going to give me the opportunity to block shit, so I'm not going to worry about that. All right, 9th Blade is going to hurt when it happens. I'll tell you what, it will hurt, and it will not be fun. Now let's look at the finishers I have left. I've played 2 Lava Bursts. I still have 1 Lava Burst, 2 Tenacity in my deck. So I still got 3 finishers in my deck for links. When that starts to get low, we might try to links for less value overall, just to, you know, do stuff. Okay, they block with Tree. Fire Tenant. Okay. Play out the Phoenix Flame. Now there's an argument. We arsenal this card we have in our hand, but I think overall we're just gonna go for more damage. Yep. Cool. Okay. Good hand. Plow Under doesn't get the value inherently, but will decompose. So we just have to take all these Rune Chants. Like, this is all damage that is gonna happen. They aren't getting 9th Blade off this, which is nice. They will decompose. So now they can activate Well Grounded. Yeah. It's pretty clear what we want to do with this hand. It is not a Link's turn, surprisingly. But it is still quite the powerful turn. We Ronin, we Hot on their heels, we Blood Drop, we grab the Phoenix Flame, and then we use the fealty on the Dragon Power to have some efficient damage. Alternatively, we could also do double Everblade Swing here in a blocked with Dragon Scaler. But, you know, we should be fine. We have one more Ignite in the deck. Maybe it was arguable to do double Emberblade Swing there, but I definitely am. I'm super chill with this angle. Okay, another 9th Blade. Yeah, that's, I think, all their 9th Blades. Yeah. This is kind of what the deck's built around, and they're forced to block with it, which is, you know, not great for them. You're gonna activate Fi, grab the Phoenix Flame, bada bing, bada boom. I'm just gonna crack it in the damage step. Keep it simple. Tunic. Next card you play. So yeah, Dragon Power gonna come in for 5, leaking even more damage. Yeah, no reason to Flight Path into something else. All right, they still have Purgatory, which is something we definitely have to play around, but they don't really have an efficient 1-card hand besides Arsenaling Passing. So as expected, they're just gonna do that. Okay. I'm gonna turn on links. I think we grab Ignite here. Yeah, we grab Ignite. So we can double Emberblade Swing. Because otherwise we're doing Brand into not much. Maybe Arsenal and E-Strike. But I think we grab an Ignite here. I think it's more value because we can commit the Dragon Scale. I think this is kind of the turn we need to turn on the Jet. So see what happens. All right. Pop in a Rake. Probably means they're going to de-react, but yep, that's fine. Not amazing, but you know. Oh, it's not a full block, but it doesn't really matter because it's Emberblade. So we could come in for 2 here, or we could come in for 7, which I'm going to come in for 7. Rake for 2 was not too valuable there, so there's an argument that I don't go for it, but it's pretty chill. They cash in the value. All right, Felling. Pretty clear what I want to do here. I'll bottom this card. I'll block for 1. No incoming pummel, thankfully. All right. Let's go Oath. Yep, I thought as much. That's fine. We could activate Fi here. You know, I'm gonna greed. I'm gonna greed a lot, and this might be very bad. But we'll see. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, I just realized I can't tutor anything else off of the links. Oh, I'm very dumb. There's nothing to tutor because I don't have the fealty. Okay, they're gonna take the damage. Or not. That's fine. They're gonna let this. They're gonna take that damage, but I can't pop links there because I don't have. Man, that sucks. That would have been a great tenacity, but it's okay. We're still definitely in the best position we can be. Scepter, Pain. Gonna create 2 rune chants. Alrighty then. Let's see what we can do now. Alright, we're gonna definitely look into Papa Link's turn. I'm gonna start with a blood drop. Pitching a prowess. I want to leak any kind of damage I can. Okay. I'm gonna grab a tenacity. Very preemptively grab a tenacity there. Because they're going to have to start blocking eventually. Okay, cool. Yep. Is this the Dragon Scaler turn? Yeah, it is. It is the Dragon Scaler turn. Yep. I'm going to target Emberblade so I can pitch this again. Activate Phi. I'm fine. 5 value on tenacity, still good. Root bound. They're gonna scepter again. Okay, they don't scepter. Pretty clearly a slam dunk, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna ignite here. Ignite, mounting, display, Emberblade. And we're just gonna keep pumping out damage. The only thing it can get dicey is they still have Barkskin. And they can one card just kind of out. I don't think they can take any. They can't leak any damage at this point, though. So I think we're in a pretty comfortable position. I think definitely the call there is you should Emberblade on the second chain link and wait as long as you can on the other stuff because they're going to be tempted to sync at some point regardless. All right, we're going to activate Phi. Okay. Yep. No card in hand. 2 coming at you. So they're probably going to take the 2 or they block with Grasp. They have nothing they can really play in their arsenal, and this is like a 0 cost. So they're probably just going to pass. Yep. And then we're able to win off that. Cool. This should be a win here. They're going to Barkskin. Okay. They need a little more value out of their cards. Let's see how many plows they have left. They definitely have a lot. Well grounded. Gonna prevent the 2. Okay, and then create some embodiment of Earths. Decomposing. Now, we don't win off this definitely, but we do strip some more cards, which is quite nice. We're just putting consistent offensive output. They're going to take 2 here. Wow. With Fruits of the Forest. So they don't have a way to really efficiently block this anymore. Is that it? Root bound, blue. Root bound. Curious. Now they are at 1, which gets really spooky for them. As long as they don't draw a brick, we should be fine. But there's a good chance I do. So if it happens, I can't be too upset. Okay, no, this is very fine. We're going to go here. I know I said to wait on this, but I don't want to use my Fire Tenant on this. Oh, I could have Fire Tenant earlier. Yeah. My bad. I'm definitely making misplays of just playing Mounting Anger early and being a little bit lazy with what I'm doing. It's okay, though. This should seal the deal, though, because I'm just going to go for 0 for 4s galore. Barkskin. Expected. Go here. Activate Phi. What did I do here wrong? Oh! Why do I only have one resource? Oh, it's because I activated fire a little too early. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm a very silly Billy. 3. Another card. Sigil of Solace. Activate Fi and finish the game off. Good game. A little bit of a long one, but that's just, you know, what you do against Florian. All right, we got a Prism. For sideboarding stuff, we sub in all 4 poppers. And then we sub in the aggro package. There's an argument that you take out Rakier, but I'm going to take out Flame Call Awakening for the purposes of this. I think it's good in this matchup. You just can't handle the no blocks as much. And then we really kind of want to make sure we have our pivot pop-off turn. So we want our Rakes and we want our Spreading Flames. And then I think past that point, I think we take out a Display Loyalty. Just because it doesn't block as efficiently. And there are going to be turns where we do, in fact, want to block the Heralds. All right, an interesting start here. I think it's pretty clearly a pass angle. We pass, we don't give her a chance to filter. And, I mean, there's a chance he has Figments, and we can leak damage, but I think overall we don't want to push the envelope. We arsenal the Rising Resentment because it's not the most important thing here. Herald of Triumph. A little unfortunate we draw both poppers here, but you know it's not bad. Have -1 while defending a Herald Triumph. So Battlefront Bastion does get around this. Phantasm will pop. She could Halo of Illumination in order to get around this, but that does require her to let me have Mass of the Pouncing Links up. She's going to pitch into this. Okay, she does. What does she do now? Herald of Triumph once again. That is quite unfortunate. I cannot pop this. Oh, let's see. I think it's a... So we do have the 1 damage prevention. So we can keep our equipment block around. And I think we go this as our choice. And then we go just a nice efficient 7 damage coming at her. She doesn't keep a 4-card hand. Really, what you want to kind of do is leverage your poppers, leverage your equipment to kind of deny as many Heralds as you can in the early game. I would say try to keep your equipment for Herald of Erudition. Don't be afraid to give her Angels, but I think in that turn specifically, we can't make too much value out of CNC with it being in our arsenal. Nope. Keep it very simple. We're not going to choose that because it doesn't matter. And then we're going to go Ignite. This will, in turn, make activating Phi free. Cancel. I'm dumb. And then I will activate Phi. Now free because of Ignite. And we're going to trigger Shuko off it. So now we have a 15-point lead against Prism. And we have Mass of the Pouncing Links up. But we got to remember, do not forget, y'all, when you play against Prism, keep in mind that Halo can just turn off Mass of the Pouncing Links and also get her an Angel because you put a Herald in the Soul and it becomes free. All right, we'll turn Herald for 6. I think it's pretty clearly a case of we're not going to be able to block this, so we're just going to give it to her. You're going to give it to her. And we're going to save the equipment for Erudition, which is where things get really, really freaky. So now she can grab an Angel, flip it, swing with the Angel. But it costs 2 for an Angel to attack. So unless she has a blue, it's going to get a little dicey. All right. She's going to get another Figment here, but she doesn't get an Angel swing, which is kind of, you know, the important aspect. Let me give her another Figment, which is, you know, a little sucky, but she gets a free arsenal. She gets now a Spectral Shield. She's going to be able to really efficiently cover up, you know, Mounting Anger. I'm really surprised she didn't swing out with the angel on the second chain link and flipped it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's all right. Let's throw out good efficient damage. We have the tempo. She has a spectral shield, but we're still, you know, favored in the offensive war. Okay, she lets this resolve. Keeping a good hand then. Okay. Marked her relevant just to be a funny little jump scare sometimes. 3, activate Phi. Yep. Phoenix Flame, and then, you know, 6. So we have a pretty nice life lead gained. All right. Let me move on. A popper is quite nice here. Because if she decides to commit the halo of illumination here, then I get Mask of the Pouncing Lynx back, and so I make up the value in spades. Does she commit halo illumination? Yes, she does. So, you know, this is totally fine. She pitches, she puts a herald. It's going to allow this herald of protection to, in fact, hit, which, you know, it's cool. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yep, so now Herald hits. She gets the tutor. Cool for her, you know. Probably will flip an angel. Activate Prism. She got a lot of figments now. She flips Soraya. She's able to swing with it now, draw the cards she needs. There's an argument that I overblocked that knowing that she was going to flip it. Yeah, there's definitely an argument. I just usually play Battlefront. CNC is a very recent addition, so, and I don't get much Prism experience because it's popular in Talishar. Yeah, I don't want her to draw those 2 cards for sure. I know she doesn't have Go again, but she can definitely play something like an Arc-like Sentinel or flip more Angels, I guess. But what could you really dump it into? But she does get another Figment into Soul. How much does she have in Soul? She has 2 in Soul, so I can't really prevent the amount of Soul she has. I think it's pretty clear that we just, you know, kind of offensively go nuts on our next turn. We let this hit. You can draw your 2 cards. As long as she doesn't have Arclight Sentinel off this, which I don't think she has. Yeah, she definitely doesn't have a way to trigger Arclight Sentinel. Prism happens. She can't flip another Angel. Yeah, no. She can't take advantage of this. I was pretty confident of that being the case. So, good thing I didn't commit the blocks. We really want to get rid of Soraya on this turn if we can manage it. And we actually have the perfect response to it. So, I'm going to take advantage of it. All right, let's go Blaze headlong in here. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that we want to target on my Blaze headlong chain link. Unless she wants to let me to remove Soraya herself. And if she commits blocks here, you know, and I have to target Soraya, it's still really good for me. I have the life lead. I have Mouse of the Pouncing Lynx that can now not get interrupted. I think the one point of mistake I probably made here was maybe, you know, blocking the full 6 with the popper. Just to, you know, deny shit, but I think getting our Mass of the Pouncing Lynx back as a valuable asset, I think more than makes up for the value that she gets of tutoring and putting in Soul and all that jazz. She's thinking about it. For some reason, Talishar doesn't let me like look at these angels for a long time. It's quite evil. I'm going to refresh the page real quick. Nope, she's still thinking on her blocks. Which, you know, it's a hard decision right now. Gives me Phantasmal. Probably means she's going to pitch a blue and then flip an angel as her response. Yep. ALS. Wow. Alrighty then. Interesting draw. Okay, so she doesn't have a lot of cards in hand, but she can swing with Soraya if she pitches a card. But we can now get rid of the Arclight Sentinel on this turn. So we're just going to get rid of it. Arsenal. Took this nice card, Arsenal. I think she's going to swing with Soraya, draw 2 to try to push damage. Which is a very reasonable play. Yep. That's my expectation. She's going to banish to draw some. And I think we just take the 4 here, and then we maybe block the Herald. Do I have 2 Phoenix Saints in our graveyard? No. But that's okay. Blood Drop coming in clutch. Let's go, Blood Drop. All right, Herald of Judgment. We pretty clearly don't let this hit, so she can't flip another Angel. Now, what? No, it's up to what we block with. Yeah. I don't have a way to give something Draconic. Oh, what's my deck looking like? Lava Burst? I could have blocked something else, but nah. Nah, it seems completely fine here to not E-Strike the Phoenix Flame and just take the more stable line. Okay. I think the Arclight Sentinel was... maybe sure hand was pretty bad. She had an ALS, but probably couldn't pitch it. Maybe she didn't have an Herald or something of that. I should have paid more attention to her pitch zone. That's fine. Okay, she's going to try to protect this Angel, which I think is a completely fine move. This is going to come in for Unpreventable if she just keeps blocking. Or the Phoenix Flame will. Okay, so she's going to let this pass through. Get rid of her Angel. No, yeah, we're gonna pop Mask. Yes. Gonna destroy. We're gonna grab a Lava Burst. Keep it simple. Yep. And then we're just gonna double Lava Burst her. And that should hopefully finish out the game. I think this extra sideboard space that the Flame Calls allowed was so clutch there in this matchup. I was able to get poppers early, and I otherwise would have only had the 1 popper in the Battlefront Bastion, which was... honestly, the CNCs didn't matter as much as I hoped they would. After damage, we're going to trigger this. Targeting a Lava Burst, give it a go again so we can swing with the other one. And if they have a no block, they're dead. Yep. They flip an Angel. But they would have probably wanted to block with Phantasmal Footsteps, though. Because this is 5. Okay. Prism flip. Anything else? It looks like the answer is going to be no. Oh, Empyrean Rapture. Okay. But this game is pretty much as good as over. I have full tempo as long as I don't draw a brick. Yep. Bada bing, bada boom. Yep. Okay. Gonna play out the hand. Keep it simple. Soul Shield won't even help them here because nothing comes in for like 6, so they won't get full value either way. So from my personal perspective, I think this matchup is Soul Shield. This matchup is really good for Fi if they if they're bad at Prism. Not bad at Prism, just don't have the matchup knowledge to know that you can turn off 5's Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. So if they ever commit to their headpiece, then I think you're in a really good spot. But if they don't and they just wait and sit on it, then I think it gets a little bit dicey for you, especially if you don't drop poppers. But that game, we kind of had what we needed. And I think the Arclight Sentinel in their hand was an interesting play. I could have maybe blocked with the Flame Scale and the War Tune, but I think it was the War Tune or the Herald or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty classic Prism game. All right, we got an Aurora. I'm going to be honest, guys. This matchup's rough. There's not a lot you can do. You kind of just put in your offensive package and hope for the best. We go first, which pretty much turns the matchup from playable to unwinnable. But you know, it's always good to give practice just in case you can take advantage of certain spots that your opponent gives you. And you're probably going to run into Aurora during the ProQuest season, so you want to at least have a general idea what you want to do. All right, this is the combo package. Good luck, have fun. What does a combo package mean for me? I don't want to always pass priority. Yeah, I don't know why that was enabled. Okay, so I think this is a pretty clear case of we go Ronin and we try to just leak damage. Any sort of damage will do. We don't draw a huge offensive overlap card like Spreading Flames or Rake, which kind of sucks not to see early, but it's okay. The combo build means she has less equipment, less general blocking cards. Sorry. You know, gonna go for this. This ends up hitting. Crazy that she's just gonna let this resolve. Maybe has 2 instants. I'm thinking maybe Channel Lightning Valley might be in the cards here. But regardless, leaking 7 damage and setting up an arsenal is pretty good. Flame Call. Oh, I love this hand, actually. What a beautiful hand. A lot of extra chain links for Salt the Wound to hit. You know, not really crazy offensive overlap. But it's okay. I don't have an Oath of Loyalty to clog this hand up. I think it's pretty clearly we just pass on everything. They CLV. Very interesting. They probably had CLV in hand. And I'm surprised they didn't choose to play it out. Or play it before everything happened. A resolution? What do you mean? Oh, okay. I thought they were ending their turn. Very silly of me. All right, so they keep the CLV out. Cool. Resolution, are they... No, they're going to Aurora. Pitch to the other Channel Lightning Valley. Running it back. Okay, they're going to Grasp instead. So they can better set it up. All right, cool. We got a shot to win this. All right, let's start off with Brand. And we're going to get a lot of chain links for Salt the Wound. We're not going to be able to, you know, double finisher here as easily, but it's okay. So we're going to blood drop now. Yep, they're going to say no blocks. They're just going to commit to no blocks all the time. Great for us. Yep. Fi. Oh my god, the value is insane. Okay. This might be their combo turn, though, which does inherently scare me a lot. Salt the Wound. Alright, we got equipment block galore. We got a 20 life lead. Is Aurora going to be the stupidest hero in the game? Also, we drew up a pretty bad hand. But, you know, fuck it, whatever. I'm chilling. Please. Please don't play Flicker Wisp. No. Oh, wait, they played Flicker Wisp first. Go against Snatch. I don't mind if I do. I'm going to block this shit. If I get Lightning pressed, I will crash out. Okay, cool. But I will be taking a lot of arcane damage. Aether Iron Weave to trigger Art Lightning. Yeah, I think they're just saying we don't have Flicker Wisp, but we do need to go because I'm going to put her on a clock. 5 cards is quite the scary proposition. Alrighty then. Arc Lightning triggers. Oh my god, I didn't play her on Second Strike. Oh fuck. Oh no. My bad, guys. I'm so bad at the game. I didn't play around second strike. All right, go again. I'm gonna be taking a shit ton of damage, but that's fine. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Snapdragons is crazy work. Yep. I don't want to take that extra damage. Fuck. Okay. That took me from 36 to 8. Sheesh. All right, let's go. Just try to push damage. Written in the stars. All right, you're giving me cards you want to block with, so. Hello, everyone. Future Ashlyn here. I just wanted to point out that I made a pretty big sequencing error in this turn, losing me overall 2 points of value. Let me know if you see the same thing in the comments. This just goes to show that even on a simple hero, small sequencing errors can in fact lose you the game. In this case, it did. And make sure to take your time when playing heroes like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll get right back to the video. Just gonna go. Oh, committing the equipment block, I see. Okay, they're gonna give this to me now. We Lynx, and we grab ourselves a Lava Burst. Now, she's probably gonna keep the rest of her hand. Blocks with E-Strike, blocks with Flicker Wisp. Ooh, wait. Is it playable? Okay, it's probably a Snatch coming at me. No 3-block? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, wait. We gotta thoroughly think our options. Thank you. Please bear with me. Can I kill her? I think the answer is no. And that's really the sticking point of all this. I don't think I can kill her. And if I take this 4, I'm down. Sorry. That was probably really messed up audio-wise. If I take this 4, I'm down to 4. Not really a great spot for me to be in. I can't AB. But I present 2, 3, 3, 3, 1. So I'm presenting a 4-card 12 essentially. Fuck. If I had a 3-block here, my life would be so simple. But I didn't draw one, and I'm gonna crash out. They're gonna at least have to give me a lot of the cards in their hand, so I'm gonna give them the Snatch Draw. Even though it feels really bad. If I just had a 3-block hero, I'd be feeling so good. I'd be feeling amazing. All right. Let's see what they do. I'm going to Rising Resentment again. And if they let the second one hit, we're back in business. But if not, then we're cooked. Yeah. Okay. They're going to go for it again. Does he let me have it? Or does she let me have it? Nope. Wah wah. Pretty sad day for us. Good thing is they're at least going to have to give me one more card. Or Grass the Arcanite block. But it doesn't really matter. Do I Arsenal the Phoenix Flame? Yeah. Yeah, we Arsenal it. I'm so happy about that decision. Any form of arcane damage kills here. So we have to block. So we're going to block this. And if we get Lightning Pressed, I'll be very sad. But we unfortunately cannot play around it. What? Okay, Lightning Surge. For 4. I think I lose regardless if they have lightning press. That's the real kicker here. You know, there's nothing I can really... There's no way to play around this without losing the game. So I'm just going to block the 1. And we're going to hope they don't have lightning press. Oh, this game sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so bad. Oh my god, good game, but this is why we hate Aurora. And the moment she rotates out, I'm going to be so happy. Just because I can actually play Fi reasonably. Because this matchup is so bad for Fi. With the new tools in the army deck, you just kind of get just out aggroed. And your numbers are really good, even if they do block or decks do block. But Aurora's numbers are impeccable if they don't block. We don't really block too well, and we can't really pivot to that. So that's all we can really do about that matchup, but that's about it. All right, so the Flame Call Awakening main board bricked me up a couple times. I probably shouldn't word it like that, but it provided us some unfortunate circumstances where, you know, maybe we leaked damage a little bit early. But overall, I think the value we got from the E-Strike bottoming in extra Phoenix Flame, you know, can sometimes make up for that value in a lot of ways. And Flame Call is a 1 for 4, sometimes 1 for 5, can be a 1 for 6. It's a very great card when the things line up properly. And so if you get the Phoenix Flame before the Flame Call, as long as you see an E-Strike before the Flame Call, you're feeling pretty good. So oftentimes, it just, the order does matter. But oftentimes when it rears its ugly head, you usually find a way to take advantage of the unluckiness in the later portion of the game. So I've been liking adding it to the main board. I don't know for ProQuest season I'm going to necessarily keep it, but... And also the E-Strike is a kind of now inclusion, because if we're running Flame Call with the purpose of getting rid of, you know, decks that want to fuck us over with it, I think keeping the E-Strike's a little risky, because you kind of really only want to bottom Phoenix Flames with it or play small hands with it. Or if you have a way to give it go again into the draw the card, be able to do stuff with it. But yeah, no, overall, the deck's pretty good. The extra sideboard slots did really matter into the Prism matchup we played with today. But generally speaking, I'm most likely going to be on not this in the main board. Go back up to 3 Mounting Angers, 3 Oath of Loyalties, and then probably 3 Battlefront Bastions. But I think it's pretty clear to me that, you know, having Flame Call on the main board isn't the worst thing ever. It can high roll a lot of the times. It can low roll sometimes. It's just a level of inconsistency that I sometimes don't like. But, you know, the high rolls can feel really good. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to comment, ask me any questions. Let me know what you're thinking of the content. I really appreciate all the support. 1,000 views on a gameplay video is blowing my mind. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.